All right, there's a lot of noise right now about what the market is doing. But instead of telling you headlines, I want to walk you through what the actual data shows because the headlines can be really deceptive, actually. And I'm going to show you what the actual data shows, what it means for buyers, what it means for sellers. And if you're a realtor and you're watching this, hopefully this is helpful to you as well. But this is all about the Phoenix metro area. Let me make sure. Let's get over to our first point. Let's start with buyer demand. Arizona has added over 67,000 new residents in the last year. We're up to number 5 on biggest cities in the U.S., which is a big deal. I think we were 10 a couple years ago. And 67,000 people, that's 185 people moving here a day. So we have like this population increase. At the same time, the average 30-year fixed rate dropped from a 6.9% to a 6.1% year over year compared this time last year. So when you combine the population increase with mortgage rates coming down and improving quite a bit, and improving home affordability, that supports buyer activity. And it doesn't mean that we're going to have, or it doesn't guarantee like a buyer frenzy, but it definitely tells us that demand's still there. It's not going away. And the buyer market is really strong. And now here's what's interesting. Let me go to my next point here. When it comes to the median home price of homes here in Arizona, they've actually come down quite a bit. 520,000 last year, or at least from last January to this January. I know we're kind of looking back, but that's the only way we can be accurate is looking back. That's about a 4% adjustment. So slightly better pricing there. And the sales has actually increased year over year. So things are looking good there. And that tells me that buyers, they didn't leave the market. They just became more selective. And this feels less like a downturn and more like a reset towards a balance of what's realistic. We're getting out of those 2020 COVID numbers. One interesting data point I want to bring up, you might hear that foreclosures and short sales are up. And technically that's true year over year. It's not a lot though. Like there's not enough to go crazy. The context matters. They're rising from extremely low levels, and the overall number, the numbers of foreclosures are still historically minimal. This isn't a wave of distressed inventory. So whatever you're seeing, if anyone's telling you that there's a ton of foreclosures, there's more. It's doubled from what it was before. What it was before was incredibly small. So we're just seeing the market that's adjusting and kind of getting back to normal numbers. And so when you take a step back and you see the full picture, and I realize my head's blocking a lot of this, the population growth, the improving rates, prices adjusting, and some low distress. This is a balanced and healthy market right now. And balanced markets, they require strategy, not panic. And that kind of takes me to my next slides. You know, that's what the numbers have been showing us right now. And so if you are interested about seeing what your numbers look like, whether you're looking to buy a home, sell, refinance, we've been helping a lot of people refinance, saving money there. Just trying to understand how this impacts you specifically. Let's book a call and walk through your situation and your numbers, because everyone's numbers are slightly different, and what you have going on in your life isn't the same as someone else. And so it's important that we can help direct you. There's no pressure. It's just strategy to help you out. So the last thing I'll say is if you're a homeowner and you're not receiving this, we want to make sure you get this. If you're a homeowner and you're curious about your home's worth or how much equity you've built in your home, clicking on this link, it'll send you a free monthly equity report. So what it does, it tracks your home value, your neighborhood trends, your estimated amount of equity, your equity position. It does all this automatically, and it sends you a monthly report. And so if you scan this QR code, you'll start receiving it each month. It's completely free, and it's just a tool. We want to make sure you guys are educated with where you're at in your home ownership, and that you know that you're not alone. And our job is to help you with whatever you need to do, and ideally helping you pay the least amount of interest on your home. But that's all we have for this monthly mortgage update. And if you have any questions, reach out.